So I really just want to share an update as far as the journey, and just it's just more for me to just document this journey in hopes that it may inspire somebody who will take the time, to get some inspiration. At least if you're going through this or have even been through this situation, maybe this can help you in this journey of this video. I really don't even care how many people watch it. Really, it's just for my journey, really to document this and really go through a healing process. Because honestly, um, I know so many men go through this very thing. A lot of us, we suffer in silence on a lot of things because we just don't have the always the outlets to always talk about these things. But I just want you to know that there is hope at the end of this journey, in this tunnel. If you're going through a breakup or a separation or even divorce, I know for me in real time, this has been one of the most challenging situations in the last couple of years with me just inevitably coming to this conclusion of my reality right now, because I kind of seen that it was getting to an end of a situation. But luckily for me, just in the past year, I've been getting a lot of therapy. So I feel like I'm still at liberty to talk about these things because I have gone through a process of therapy where, I can be able to maybe help some people that may be going through this. So needless to say, I shared a video a couple weeks ago that me and my wife were separated. We've been separated for about 3 months now, currently at this time. And today is officially our anniversary. We will be married 9 years as of the time of this video right now. And we've been together for 15 years in total. I met my wife when I was 19. We've been good friends. And then I got married like at 25, 26. And so, yeah, it's been 9 years since. And I can't even believe it. It's like you're having so much hope because you spent so many years being with somebody. It's almost like an investment that has been declining and hoping that it will skyrocket and go to the moon. But it just still it has its ups and downs. You get a peak and then it just drops down. And it's just been a roller coaster from there. So I think that my situation is not uncommon. I mean, I've been talking to a lot of men who deal with a lot of these similar situations. And, one thing that I'm learning, is that, man, I don't care what you do. It has to be a two-way street, man. You can do everything you possibly can to make a relationship work. And it just comes down to it. It has to be a two-way. It can't just be one person. And I feel like just in the last 5 years, honestly, I've been trying to make my marriage work. There's so much in this process, and I'm actually fortunate for it because it's allowed me to grow in a capacity where it's like the characteristics that I've grown over the years. I've died to a lot of the things that I used to be when I first got married, or first early in my marriage. And I think that's the beauty of what marriage should do for you, or at least a relationship should give you the opportunity to see just how selfish you are and to take accountability on the areas that you should work on. And I talked about that in my previous video about this. But, I try to do something different. I tried, despite of everything that's happened, even though there's been some things that have happened in between the time of me and her being separated and things that were done and said, I tried to sow good seed in my marriage and tried to at least try to create a spark for the rekindleness of our marriage, because it was our anniversary today. And I was hoping that maybe by it being our anniversary that, at least she would be more open-hearted to at least be receptive to receive some level of kindness. I invited her back to the home. Actually, I just told her, hey, come by, bring the kids. I bring an appetite. I had cooked dinner. I made some really good tacos, man. They were fire too. And I had some gifts, as you can see. They had some stuff for her. And I got this massager that I was gonna, do just give her a nice massage, do something nice. And I'm not sharing this to get any accolade or anything. This was just my intent because I wanted to invest in my marriage to really try to make sure that it was every bit of what I can do to try to make sure that if there's any possibility of us working out, this can be an opportunity for us to at least celebrate the decision that we made a covenant together. And she just simply turned me down, y'all. It's kind of crazy. Like, I kind of had that idea, possibility that maybe she could have maybe been open to do it, just because, again, It is our anniversary, but she just flat out told me, she was just like, you know what, just because it's our anniversary, I'm not going to make a decision to move forward just because of that. And she just was just, again, reiterating how she felt about me as a person and in the marriage. So it was like, okay, you know, I had to take that. And whether if I agreed or disagree, it was really not so much important as the fact that this is her reality and her experience. And that's one thing you have to understand. When you're dealing with a person's feelings on any subject, you got to be empathetic and understand, okay, that's their experience with you. Whether if you agree with it or not, you got to just take that in as feedback and say, you know what, thank you for sharing that to me. I completely understand. So I didn't argue with it. I didn't even object. I said, okay, I understand. These are your choices. And I left it at that. Between us guys, like I said, I was definitely, my ego was shot. I ain't gonna lie. It really shot me to the core because I just like, how dare you? You know what I mean? Like, how dare you think that like, for you to still continue to play the victim, how dare you? You know what I mean? Like, I just kind of felt that was just, in a sense, like, man, for real? Like, you really acting like that I'm just the big problem in the marriage, right? But it's fine, because at the end of the day, it's always two in a relationship. It's always two to tango. And it's your side, her side, and the truth. And that's one thing that I understand. And all I can do is take in is leverage and say, look, you gave me the feedback. I'm going to learn and grow from it so I don't repeat this same outcome with another person or in any outcome of a relationship, period. If this is inevitably my faith with her, our chapter being closed, I'm just sharing this in real time as something for you to learn from. If a partner is sharing something that they don't like, consider that. It will help you in the long run, because I promise you, if they don't like it, it's a good chance that the next person you end up with won't like it either, okay? And it's just good to have a chance to just improve yourself, because if the inevitable outcome is for you to have healthy relationship for the long term, then you got to make adjustments to be able to improve yourself. So therefore, you don't create an atmosphere of toxicity in your relationships with anybody, okay? Now, considering that the fact I've been with my wife since I was 19, there's a lot of archives of mad mistakes and things that I've learned that I'm no longer am. But because there's a lot of baggage that has been carried on her shoulders based on the things that I've done over the years, it has now come to her head that she feels like I'm never going to change, which inevitably I have been changing a lot. At least I know for myself I have. Just giving you some personal idea of what's been happening that she hasn't even known about, but I've been getting a lot of therapy. And I don't say this to brag or anything like that to try to make yourself any better. I'm just saying that I'm at least accountable enough to realize that if a person knows that they need help, they're going to go to therapy. The person that don't think they need help aren't going to go to therapy. They're just going to find some way to give an excuse now. Oh, I don't need therapy. They're not going to find professional counseling. They're just going to seek the people that give them what they want to hear. So therefore, they can feel justified in being exactly who they are. And I find that anybody that says, well, my therapist told me I didn't need therapy, well, then I'm going to challenge you and say, go find a new therapist. Because what therapist is going to tell you don't need therapy if you know you got some things you can be working on? Accountability, iron and sharpening iron, will help you strengthen your weaknesses and make you improve and become the best version of yourself. And that's definitely the nature of this channel, is to really help individuals, especially men, become the best version of themselves. And so I share this with all transparency because I don't want to ever be a public success failure. I never want to be a public success figure and be a private failure at heart. I'm transparent enough to let you guys know that, look, I still got struggles, but I'm persevering and I'm going to make it regardless. Whether this marriage worked for me or not, that's not the end of my chapter of my life. It just, this chapter with her didn't work. And that's okay for me. Like, I know now today, as of this day, as I'm sharing this video and I'm making this a public declaration, I am moving on. I am done. I'm not finna keep pursuing and making anybody feel like I have to keep making somebody appreciate me that don't want to be appreciated, that don't want me. I have been doing this for so long in my relationship with this woman that at this point, there's nothing that I can do to prove my value if she doesn't see the value up front at the jump. I know what I bring to the table. There's so much that I know that I can offer and value with any relationship I come in contact with. So for me, it's just like, look, I've given it a fair chance. And despite of the fact that you still shot me down, that's not my issue anymore. I'm moving on. And I'm making that be known because at this point, I've done everything I can do. I know that I've done everything I can do. And that's where you got to come to in your place. When you've known with your very soul that you have given it your every bit of best of your ability to make your relationship work and it still doesn't work, at this point, it's all on God. And at this point, you just get better. You stay on your purpose and you just move on. Life continues to keep going. Like at the end of the day, it's not the end. I'm still a father. I'm still, a husband at heart. I'm still a good man. And I have respect in my community. Like at the end of the day, I'm not tripping. What I do as far as the people that I come in contact with, I make their lives better than the way that they found it before they came in contact with me. In the sense that I have a value aspect, a spectrum that I see and want to see people be the best version of themselves because I see myself that way. And I share that to not be in an egotistic boasting platform. It's just a matter of that's just within my heart to want to see people be better than who they are. And I bring inspiration to people around me. So I just realized that at this point, I've accepted it. And I'm okay with that. And I'm not going to put myself in situations to keep being hurt and rejected. It's okay. And I'm moving on. And I'm going to do what is necessary to make sure that I protect myself and my family in the sense of where I'm headed to, because I know that I'm going somewhere. I'm going great places. I'm not letting this get in my way. And I feel like at this point, I've dragged this relationship too long into my life. I know that I would have been a lot further had I had better support and just having that peace of mind. And I'm not here to play the victim at all. I just know that it's always been in me. I've always seen that in my life. And the only thing is that I made a judgment call based on someone that I thought would be there for me through the thick and in. And I don't know. It's not my problem anymore. I don't believe we got forever. And while I have the time here on this earth, I'm going to make the very best of it. And I'm going to share my journey along the way to help inspire men to do the same. Look, we got one of these things called life, man. I mean, what are we going to do? Keep crying about it, getting upset about it? No, I'm gonna get better, and then I'm going to just document and share the journey in hopes that it inspire you guys to do the same, because at the end of the day, we're all going through something. I'm just wanting enough to put myself on the front line and tell you, look, I'm not unique, no different than you are. You probably dealing with something very similar. Hell, you might be doing something way worse. It just comes down to what your mindset is going to be moving forward. Because there's certain things that could happen that is out of your control. But how you look at it in perspective is really going to make the biggest difference. And so I'm not going to shed any tear about it. I haven't shed any tear. I'm just more so just like, man, it just some days I get down because it's like, man, I did everything I feel like I could have done. My kids are now, in a sense, affected about it. I mean, my babies are really young right now. So they don't really, they know what's going on, but they don't fully understand. They just like, why are we separated? Where's mommy? Where's daddy? Like, they're just kind of in that stage right now. And that hurts me more than anything. That's what's really hurting, is seeing them upset, because when my daughter wants to stay with me and, she can't stay with me because she has to go with her mom, or my son, is upset because they're separate. It's like, man, that hurts me more than ever. And guys, I'm telling you, this is not what I wanted from my life at all. Man, I've been through it and to try to prevent this. And I just feel like there's an attack, man, where it's just like, yo, why, man? But I believe that there is definitely, light in the end of this tunnel, this situation. And by me sharing this, it's helping me, talk about this. And I believe that it's going to help somebody else that are going through the same thing. Look, man, you're going to persevere. All you can do right now is take full control of what you have control over, which is being the best version of yourself. Because I'm telling you, man, I am a testament of this very journey. Like, I am no different than you. You just got to get in the groundwork, pray, Ask God to heal your heart, forgive yourself, forgive her for whatever that happened, or whatever the outcome is, man. Because at the end of the day, look, we all find justification in what we do when we're in it. And then sometimes, God would pluck us on the head and give us a revelation where it makes us say, you know what? It's time to grow up and it's time to elevate. And that's where I feel like there's elevation happening. So I take no offense. I just get frustrated, but that's normal because we're human. But at the end of the day, I'm moving on. And these are her choices. And she has to live with her choices, just like I got to live with mine. So at the end of the day, just work on what you can ultimately work on, what you have control over. And don't worry about the rest. There's nothing you can really do about it. So why spend all day worrying about something you can't control anyway? It's just better for you to just focus on creating ideas and things that you can really innovate in your life that can make a better possible outcome for your future. That's really where I'm at about it. So I hope this video helped. I'm gonna get off my rant. I'm trying not to make these videos too long, but I feel like these videos are so rich, and that somebody that's gonna take hold of it and say, yeah, this is some rich stuff right here that I'm giving. So yeah, man, this is just a documentary journey of the journey of greatness, man, for real. And I'm inspiring you to do the same thing because you're taking the time to invest in yourself right now watching this. So again, my name is Dequarius Beverly. Thank you for just staying with me along in this video, and I'll be sure to keep you updated on the next one. All right, God bless. Peace.